Oh, this character's so hard to play. Don't do it. Why can't I find an easier character to play in Brawlhalla? Hey, what's up guys? SkillzWG here and welcome back to another Brawlhalla video. Today, guys, we are going to go over my opinion on the top 10 easiest legends to play in Brawlhalla for beginner players, okay? So these are going to be the people who come into the game. This will be a list of like what we have, like 50 something characters. These will be the top 10 people that are, like, I believe to be the easiest characters in the game. I have played all these characters. I have 5,000 hours into the game, so I've played each character to its, as much as I like some of them not so much, some of them a little bit more. But today we're gonna go over what my opinion of the top 10 are. Before we jump into the video, guys, if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button down below. Helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we got a lot more content like this coming out. But anyways, let's jump into the video and see who's the easiest legend to play. So, top 10, we are going to go straight into it. We're going to go number 10, and we're going to just go with the canon legend, Zol. And I'm going to explain why I picked these. Alright, for the reason I picked Zol is he may not be like the easiest legend to play, because canon is not the easiest, but he has axe to kind of counter his cannon, which are both pretty quick weapons to play for beginners. They're kind of easy to get. The cannon has quick movement, while the axe, even though a little bit slower, has big wide hitboxes. So, and Zol being the only character in the game that can get to 10 strength, if you are able to hit your opponent at all in the early stages, you will do more damage to them than they will to you. It's just matter of fact. With axe being a pretty simple weapon to play itself, and having these okay hitboxes, you have two of them. Beginners like to stay on the ground, okay? So if you have signatures that hit all that ground, the crazy thing is he's got two, and they're both hit so hard. So as a grounded player for beginners, you can do this. You have a couple moves that are a little different, and probably one of the better sigs in the game, that down sig. Pros use it all the time. It hits everywhere. It's a great hitbox. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff to it. So that is why I believe that Zol is one of the easier, but not the easiest characters to play in Brawlhalla. At number 9, we have one of the newest legends in the game, Jae. Now, why do I think this is? Now, I am not sure how Greatsword is being played in the low ranks, but I will say it is a hard weapon to. It's a little bit harder to get used to and master, to actually get really good with it. You have to do a lot of practice, but once you get the practice in, it's really good. But even as a new beginner, you can push a couple buttons and you can just do combos like that. Very unlikely that new players will be able to get out of these, and you're gonna annoy your friends a lot. Heck, it annoys me, and I'm like high up their level. But using this weapon, doing stuff, honestly, you just push buttons, and as a beginner, and you'll be able to hit people with this, okay? But what also makes Jae easier of the two, I believe his signatures are just so much better and so good. They hit so far. They hit so many good things. They're just big, heavy signatures. They have difference where you hit them. If you hit them in the air like this, it spikes. If you hit it on the ground, it's shot in the air. They're all big movement, and same goes for his regular old sword. It's very quick signatures, very strong, very simple. The down sig may be the hardest one. It doesn't hit very good, but even still, side sig, neutral sig, good signatures. Sword, a very easy weapon to play. Just everything makes sense about it. Jae, one of the easiest legends to play in the game. Number 8, we have Val. Val is probably an easier character to play in the game. Her signatures are good. Nothing makes like too weird of sense. It has neutral sig, something that doesn't look like it'll hit everywhere, but it hits all over the place. It's a strong move. Gauntlets being a little bit harder to play than other weapons, but it is a very strong weapon nonetheless. and you can get some good combos on it. Has very good sigs, like that down sig. It's a little back off, a little bit better than Jaehyun's. Look how far away that hits. She tosses a shuriken. It's good. Believe me, it's good. Neutral sig does a lot of spiking. It hits a lot off stage. You can do a lot of off stage stuff with this. Gets people messed up. Side sig, a very simple sig. And then sword, as I said before, a very simple to play weapon, makes everything make sense. Also some good signatures to go along with it. It hits a lot of places. A grounded neutral sig, you don't see that very often. The down sig isn't the best, but it's okay. And the side sig is the one that's good because as a side sig, you can hit very far away. Like getting that grounded against your opponents at the beginner stages, it's a good thing. Val is number 8. Number 7, we have Azuri. Now this is kind of in order, but not exactly. All these are very interchangeable legends. Just so you all are aware, you could play literally any legend in the game and get better. But these are, in my opinion, like just the more easier ones to get better a little quicker, get used to the game. But anyway, we have Azuri at number 7. Azuri is the first Qatar legend because she is very quick. She's got good stats for very quick movement. Pros used to choose her a lot for the main of the Qatars. She's just got good dex, good speed, a little bit easier to kill her, but because you have that speed and that dex, you can hit a lot of your beginner opponents earlier before they hit you with like the slow weapons like axe. And on top of that, you have some pretty good signatures. A signature like the side sig there hits really far away, has good range, just a good solid grounded hitbox. And let's go with sword. Sword, another just easy to play weapon. You'll see a lot of these characters have sword because it's just an easy to play weapon. Side sig and easy just makes sense. You can just kind of go all the way across the stage. Down sig, a very easy spot dodge, and the neutral sig is another spike. Now I didn't mention, but the neutral sig also has on Qatars has a very good spike hit. So you can just get your good old friends right in the air and just throw your neutral sig up. And why not do it twice while you're at it? Because you are gonna dumpster them. Just dumpster them like that. Qatar or Azuri is number 7. At number 6, we have Artemis. Now, it's weird. Like I said, this is interchangeable because I almost think Azuri might be easier to play. But here's the thing. Artemis has got Scythe, a harder weapon to play. But I think her sigs, honestly, make her that much more easier to play. She's got very good signatures. A side sig that just hits, look how quick these are. Like, as a player that is going to be like sig based at the beginning of the game, you are just going to play with more sigs. You're going to want to hit heavy. You're going to want to do big stuff. She has some pretty good hitboxes for this stuff. Hits really, really strong. The down sig is a good like back off me kill move that people use even in the higher diamonds, people use her sigs all the time. So when it comes, and then you have Rocket Lance. This is the first Rocket Lance, but there's a couple of Rocket Lance characters on this list. Rocket Lance, for beginners, is an easier weapon to play because it has such a long hitbox. Look at that thing, it's huge. You can jump from here and do that. Now that's not something most beginners will be able to do, but do you see how far it is? It gets your friends, beginner friends, beat up pretty good. Now, and another reason is Artemis has a great side sig. This thing is buffed and one of the best side sigs on Rocket Lance ever because it hits very high, hits grounded, just a powerful move. And it has like a down sig, which is pretty, it's an okay, like that. And it spikes, okay, nothing too amazing, but it does have a good spike hitbox. And then neutral sig, if your friends are jumping, you know what? Just hit your neutral sig, and you will bop them up like that. There you go. Artemis, number 6. Number 5, we had Bonevar, one of the first legend in the game. Also, in my opinion, one of the easiest to play, and has one of the most perfect stats you could have in the game. Also, it's a rounded 6655, perfect stats. Nothing bad about anything. And it has sword and hammer. So the first one with hammer, The one reason I think that this character is one of the best. Look at this. The hammer side's a quick, hits really high up. Let's take a look at this hitbox here, okay? Look at this hitbox. It hits so high in the air, so far in front. And even the shaft is a hitbox. So I could be right here and still hit that. Like that's crazy, right? It's a very good sig. Plus, he has one of the coolest down sigs in the game for a hammer, and it goes like that. And you can what you do is throw him the opposite direction. And so when you get used to playing, you know, more stuff like that, it's a great thing to do off stage to mess with your beginner friends, or you know, when you're learning to climb the ranks, to throw them the opposite way. And then the bear, just a big solid hitbox, really slow, so later in the game you might not use it as much, but it is a good signature at the beginning. And then just some solid sigs at the beginning, for beginners, that is, with down sig on his sword to be one of the best, because it just has such a good spike hitbox. Ooh, I'm actually surprised that one missed. Like, that's how good it is. Look at that. And that's just a great stick. Great stick. Bonevar, one of the best and easiest to play in the game. Number 4, we have our good friend Kojie. So Kojie is the first one with bow. Bow is a little bit harder to play, but Kojie has very high dex, pretty solid speed, solid damage, and I'm really sorry to say it, but he has sword. Sword is just, in my opinion, the easiest weapon to play in Brawlhalla. So it's so easy to learn and play with your friends with it. Or not, I keep saying friends, but play against your other beginners like that. But let's just go over why Kojie is so good. With the higher dex and these two weapons being very quick, a lot of your beginner opponents will be stuck. Like, why can't I hit this guy? It's because you're faster. You're able to get around and stuff. With signatures being the down sig, I think the best bow sig in the game. It's second best bow sig in the game. I think Ember's neutral sig with bow is probably better. But this is a very good sig. Just punishes so far up, hits everything. Side sig and neutral sig hitting places, like especially the neutral sig hitting it, like if you have bow, you can hit that way, you can hit this way, like so. But where do you do? In the middle, right up. Shows where he's like having the bad thing. And then of course sword. Side sig just a simple good down sig. Neutral sig is a very good jump sig, and down sig is kind of a little bit harder to hit, but it is there and it is a option to mess with your friends. All right, Kojie, number 4. At number 3, we have Scarlet, another really hard-hitting person. But the reason that I think Scarlet is one of the easiest to play in Brawlhalla is because of her signature kit being absolutely insane. Okay, hammer not easiest to play, but because it does have big hitboxes, it makes it a little bit easier for beginners to just kind of hit people. You know, wah, wah, wah. Just throw out some big old side airs and nairs. You probably hit some of your beginner people pretty well. But let's go with this. Here's why she's the best. Look at this side sig. What is that? Did you just see what I just did? I just hit a person on the edge with a side sig. Look at that, dude. It's just hit so far down. That was a messed up one. I'm on the stage. Look how far down this goes. Oh my gosh. It hits so much. Down sig, another one like Bonevar's, where you kind of throw the opposite direction. So you can do something like that, throw him away. I think either, hard to tell if he's better or worse than Bonevar's. Bonevar's a little bit slower, but she can, I think hers is a little faster. And then neutral sig, also a crazy hitbox move, I believe. No, I think it used to hit grounded. There it is. Does hit grounded, hits in the air. Look how quick these are. You just can't really go wrong with these hammer sigs, okay? Oh, yes you can. I guess you can. If you haven't practiced with her like me. But yeah, and then okay, that's that. Look at these. A neutral sig that hits the highest neutral sig in the game, I think. Strong, powerful. Side sig, great across the stage. You'll hit your friends with this all the time. You'll hit your, I keep saying friends. What if you don't have friends, bro? Dude, I'm sad. That was sad. But no, the beginner level players, you'll hit this guy with it all the time. And then another one is this down sig. Pros use this all the time. It's such a great move. It's like the longest get off me move you can have. And it's just, you don't have to worry about getting hit a lot. It's just so good. Scarlet, one of the easiest to play in Brawlhalla. Number 2. Well, I guess it's 4. 1, 2. We have Bryn. Bryn is one of the easiest to play in Brawlhalla. She has 2 very easy weapons: spear, axe. Great stats, lots of speed. You could really stat change for anything, and you'd be good. But just very good, easy to play weapons. Very good weapons, good stats, but also great signatures. Some down sig. Look at this. This down sig hits it all over you. All over you. Very fast. Neutral sig. Look at this side sig. One of the longest reaching non-rocket lance side sigs in the game. Look, I'm like right here. I can hit this guy from there. It's just crazy. People use this sig a lot as Bryn, even at high level, because it's so good. And then also, you could do a neutral sig like that. It's just crazy. Lots of great sigs. And then let's go with axe. Another pretty easy weapon. Makes sense. Big hitboxes and big hitboxes and strong. It hits a lot of hard things. The also good sigs on this. A neutral sig hits very strong. Side sig, pretty okay. The down sig is a little bit of a get off me, but also a little sweeper. Not the easiest to hit, but it's not bad. Definitely not a bad sig. But side sig hits very good. You'll hit people with that all the time. And so I believe that Bryn is just number 2 of the easiest character to play in Brawlhalla. Number 1, Orion. For a beginner player, I think Orion is the easiest character to play in Brawlhalla. For beginners, remember this is a for beginner list because beginners play a lot differently than, you know, seasoned players. I think Orion is still a very good character to play later on. Not easy to play, but for beginners, he's the easiest character to play because, let me give you a couple reasons. Spear is a pretty easy weapon to play. Got a good range, quick, long hitboxes. And then Rocket Lance, also being a very long hitting. I think one of the most, this is why they say Yellow Man bad, in my opinion. And also why everybody hates Rocket Lance in the early stages. Rocket Lance just hits people really easy at the beginner level. And then, watch this sig. What was that? Another like just huge long range grounded side sig. Once again, beginners are on the stage a lot and they will get hit by this a lot. Another great down sig is a get off me move that hits from actually still hits very far away. Like look how far I'm away from him with a get off me move. And then a neutral sig that hits grounded and very strong. There's nothing you can say wrong about any of those sigs. Then let's go to spear. What could be different about spear, right? That was a little bit shorter. Another great side sig move that hits very far and is very strong. It's very quick, nonetheless. So as a beginner, neutral sig is not the greatest. The one that goes up like this, but it is a very, very scary reverse. Look at this. Like, did you see that? I just killed that guy. I mean, it's a bot, but using neutral sig. So even later on, Orion is a very scary player to play against. And then down sig, one of the best. Like if you're on me, just get off me. Just get off me. It hits all the way around you. You're just gonna get hit by this. A very spammable sig to use in Brawlhalla. Even at a high rank, it's very, very good. So this is why I believe Orion is one of the easiest legends in Brawlhalla to play for a beginner. All right, guys, that is going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this type of video. If you guys think I should make another video like this, but also like beginner easiest legend to play in Brawlhalla for each separate weapon. I think that also might be a great video. Let me know if you guys would like something like that instead. Also, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit the like button down below and subscribe if you haven't already. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.